Hi.
Hi,
My name is Juliana,
and my name is Raghd.
and today we'll be helping you with your revision guide.
So it's basically a revision guide for people preparing for exams on math, and we're going to teach you like how to draw graphs and data and stuff like that. So I'm going to be drawing on the board, and Juliana's going to teach you how to do a line graph.
Okay. So first of all, line graphs are used to track changes over short and long periods of time. When smaller changes exist, line graphs are better to use than bar graphs. Line graphs can also be used to compare changes over the same period of time for more than one group. And how you make a line graph is you basically make an x-axis and a y-axis, and then you plot the points on the graph, and then you join the points and with a line. So you must use pencil to draw, and thank you.
So now we're doing pie charts. Pie charts are best to use when you're trying to compare parts of a whole. They do not show changes over time. So this is how you make a pie chart. So you draw a 360-degree circle, then you divide the total of your numbers into the piece of data. Then you multiply the numbers by your answer, and then you draw that many degrees on the chart, as Juliana just drew.
Okay. Next up, we have bar graphs. And bar graphs are used to compare things between different groups to track changes over time. However, when trying to measure changes over time, bar graphs are best when changes are larger. Okay, so how you make a bar chart is you draw an x-axis and a y-axis, and then you draw the bars up to whatever number you get, and make sure you keep the same space and size, because if you don't, that will be counted as wrong, and you must use pencil. Telling you more information about the line graphs, pie charts, and bar graphs, and scatter graphs.
Okay, so I'm going to be telling you more about line graphs. So as Juliana said, you draw an x and y axis, and you put your numbers and you plot your points and join them by a line. One thing about line graphs is you have to use a ruler and a pencil, because if you make a mistake and use a pen, you can't erase it. And if you don't use a ruler, your lines will be all squiggly and it won't be accurate. And now we're going to do pie charts. So something about pie charts is you have to use a projector and again a pencil, and your results have to be accurate, so you must make sure that all your data is correct. Now we're going to move on to bar charts and scatter graph.
Okay, hi. So now we're going to be telling you more about bar charts, and as I said before, you need to use the y-axis and the x-axis, and you must have the same space, even though this is not accurate because I did not use a ruler, but you are meant to use a ruler, and you're meant to use pencil just in case you make a mistake. And on the graph line, you could if there's one space, you must leave one space here, and then one space, and then one space. So you must have the exact same spaces. And yeah, over to scatter graphs. Okay, so scatter graphs so this is the weight and this is the height. The correlation is positive because they go that way, they're not going this way. But if there was something that aligned that it would go like that, and they were all here, like going from there, that is a negative correlation. This is a positive correlation, and that is negative. And if they were all like around the place, and there was no correlation, that would be no correlation. That would be no correlation. What they all have in common is it depends. Like what you'd have in common with weight and height is the more that you eat, the heavier you get, and sometimes instead of getting heavier, you get taller. So that would be the correlation with that. If there was no correlation, then everything would be all over like the place. Like there would be just nothing similar together. And for the negative correlation is if you're going from 50 kilos and you're 200 centimeters, and then yeah. So if say you're 50 kg and 200 centimeters, and you're going down 45, 150, 40, 100, 35, and 50, that would be a negative because you're going that way instead of this way. So yeah, thank you.
So one thing Juliana did not mention was that correlation actually means that there's like a relationship between these. So for like, as she said, the weight and height have a relationship, because sometimes when you gain like how much weight, sometimes when you eat you grow taller instead of gaining weight. So, and there was another one that she said that if they're like scattered around the place and there's no correlation, which means these two have no relation whatsoever. So thank you. So now we're going to move on to bar charts and scatter graphs.
Oops.
Okay, so, dude, stop!
So pie charts used for.
You just ruined the whole thing. What?